So the four 450 watt panels from EcoFlow have arrived, as has the Ultra X, which I'm going to shortly do an unboxing of. Let's see what comes supplied. One thing I would say is these are very heavy. There's 2 panels in each box, hopefully. So we'll be unboxing those when I get my Volticon mounts. There's no point potentially setting them up until I've got the proper mount. So what I'm going to do today is just have a look at the Ultra X and setting that up on the Wi-Fi, getting it configured, and then I might have a look at integrating it with Home Assistant as well. Right, we are unboxing the Ultra X. So it's very heavy is the first comment I would say. So let's see what is inside. I think the plan today will be not to get the panels on the roof, because you've just seen they're boxed up and I haven't got the Volticon mounts yet. So I thought we'd just look at the Ultra X and have a look at perhaps configuring that on Wi-Fi, maybe have a look at integrating it with Home Assistant. So what we got? Cover. I think that goes on the back just to cover up the AC outputs, that kind of thing. Some polystyrene of some description. Right, here we are. Now the question, oh no, there's a box here, let's have a look at this. So in here I imagine are the cables. So planning the amount of cables that I needed on my shed roof was quite involved. Now the kit, I believe, comes with 8 2.95 metre extension cables, and I think there's around 1 metre of cable attached to each panel. So my garden room roof is about 4 square metres. I'm going to have 2 rows of 2 panels. The ones at the back, I reckon I can get away with about an additional 2 metres, and then the ones at the front I might need a bit longer. So I have ordered, in addition to these cables, some extra 5 metre and 3 metre extension cables, which haven't arrived yet. User manual, obviously we're all going to read that, aren't we? Hopefully you can see this. So we've got the cable that powers the unit. Notice bare ends, so no plug on this yet, although what we're on 23rd of July, I read something just this morning that I think by the end of August in the UK you are going to be able to plug in solar straight in. So I imagine these are going to start coming with a 13 amp plug on the end. I'm going to wire this properly into a, as I said previously, a bidirectional RCBO on the consumer unit in my shed, so that's fine having bare ends. That's a tool for disconnecting the MCP connectors, and then as you can see there are 8 of these extension cables, which I am told are 2.95 metres. So that's what's in that box. What I might do is when I get this positioned in the back of the garden room, I might get these cables ready installed through the back of the garden room, ready to take the other extension cables that are on order. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look at the unit itself, if I can get it out of the box, because it's about 38 kilos. This will be interesting. Well, it's got handles on the side, so that's something. Oh my word, that is heavy. Talk amongst yourselves. No, it's not coming. Bear with me. And as if by magic, my wife has helped me take it out of the box. So, very heavy. I think it's 38 and a half kilos, because this is the Ultra X. So you probably know the Ultra X is twice the size of the Ultra. It's 3.84 kilowatt hours of battery power. At the back, can you see that? Let's just position this down a little bit. So at the back we've got our grid output. So that will go into my 20 amp dual pole isolator, then into the dedicated 16 amp bidirectional RCBO. You've got a parallel connector this side, so that's for daily multiple units. So that might be something I'd like to do at some point to increase our battery capacity. And then you've got your two dedicated AC outputs, which are capable of doing 1200 watts each, I think. So the plan is, in the garden room, to connect this one to a 20 amp dual pole isolator, which then goes straight into my garden room circuit, so that I should, in theory, be able to heat my office completely off grid. That's the theory. Okay, shall we get it inside and power it on and set the app up? Right, so we've come down to the garden room, and I have temporarily, I say temporarily, put a plug on the end, because as you know, plug-in solar isn't a thing in the UK just yet, but it's imminent.
Justin, your base load is over 500 watts.
Thanks, Alexa. I've been playing with Home Assistant. Thank you. I've been playing with Home Assistant at the moment to notify me when base load changes using my Zappy CT clamp, so that I can then start doing some automations with the way this is charging and that kind of thing. So let me turn Alexa down just in case it's going to start. Shut up. Right. So what I thought we'd do is, as I haven't got the panels set up yet, I thought we'd just turn it on and see what happens. So I'm going to try and configure the app in real time. So let's turn it on. I'm led to believe you have to hold down the button. It looks like it might already be on. Interesting. This here gives us an indication of battery charge, I think. So it looks like it's shipped with about 40%. Right. I tell you what I'll do. Let's get the old screen recording and let's see if we can set up the device on the Wi-Fi. So I've got my EcoFlow app. Hopefully I can remember my login details. Okay, and okay, already. Oh, look, brilliant. Okay, so it's already come up. Look, discover devices, Ultra X. Brilliant. Well, that was easy. Didn't do anything. So add that. Agree to that. Let's see what it does. There we go. So let's put in my Wi-Fi details. Well, yes, that's the one I want. There we go. Internet setups. Yes. Wow. Network settings sent. Connecting device to Wi-Fi. Connecting device to network. This is all looking rather good. Binding device to phone. Device connected to network successfully. Wow. Simple as that. Select space type. Okay. Home. Is that the only one you get? Okay. Style. Now, I've seen various videos on this and there isn't a style that looks like my garden room. So let's choose, I'll choose that one. Name the space, garden room. Added successfully. Select space, done. Here we go. Right. Oh, a relay clicked then. I don't know what that means. Switch between tabs. Okay, got it. Right. Warning, do not connect PV panels in series to avoid exceeding 60 volt damage the device. Okay. Right. So the battery is 29%. We are drawing 600 watts from the grid and 600 watts home. Not sure what any of that means as yet. Set up your energy delivery strategy.
Your base load is over 500 watts.
Thank you. Right, smart metering. Monitor your home's energy consumption so a smart meter and achieve fully automated. Well, this is interesting. So I might have to come back to this because I haven't got a dedicated smart meter for this, one of the Shellys or the EcoFlow Zone, but I have got smart metering through Home Assistant. So I've got a Zappi home charger which has got a CT clamp on the incoming feed. So what I should be able to do is, with some various automations, and we'll look at that as well in later videos, I should be able to use the data coming from the Zappi's CT clamp to then decide what happens to this. So for example, if the base load is 300 watts and the solar is generating 500 watts, that's 800 watts, that means that if the base load is 300 watts, I've got 500 watts available to charge the battery with. I think that kind of idea anyway. I need to do a lot more work on it. So I'm not sure which to choose, because monitor your home's energy consumption through a smart meter. Well, I haven't really got a dedicated smart meter, so I'm going to choose semi-automated monitoring for now. Okay, base load power. Set the power of loads that cannot be monitored by a smart device as the base load power. Don't know what that means. So I'm going to have to come back to all of this, and we'll do another video when I've worked out what I'm doing. However, it looks like, oh, the following device needs a firmware update. Okay, let's update the firmware. Current version 1.0000. Add support for Home Wizard, Pi and Everhome, whatever that is. Okay, so my base load is still over 500 watts. I imagine this is charging. That's why the base load has suddenly gone up. I tell you what, while that's doing its thing, let's just nip into Home Assistant and we'll see what we're currently drawing. Okay, a bit of that. No, okay, so we're only drawing 307 watts from the grid at the moment, so I don't know, it must have been my wife's doing some baking, so maybe the oven keeps kicking in. So it's not actually doing anything, so it's not charging at the moment. We're only drawing 302 watts, so it looks like I've got to do a bit more configuring once this Stream Ultra X has updated its firmware. So until next time, I hope that was quite interesting. It was for me, just a quick unboxing. Next stage will be perhaps to get this set up with Home Assistant, and then in the next week to 2 weeks the Volticon rubber mounts are coming for the roof, and we'll hopefully get some solar set up. Until next time, thanks very much for watching. Take care.